It would be an awesome game. It would basically be never-ending. And they could always update it with more skills.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, if it was an MMO, they could always constantly be updated.
Or even DLC.
Just 3 guys.
Or if, like, let's say it came out for the PS3 originally. I think I gotta go in that elevator.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, let's say it came out originally for the PS3. Let's say you got all your skills and stats in it. And then they came out with an updated version with like an extra 500 skills for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
What the PS4 lets you do is they let you use your PS3 gamer account to transfer data from games and stuff over to your PS4 account. They could do that too. Make a remastered version of it for the next gen console.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Or even just release it as DLC.
But then DLC, so some people would have it. Well, I guess I wouldn't really.
Make it like a mandatory update when you play the game. Next time you play the game, it's like, oh, there's an update for this game.
Oh, so it wouldn't be paid content?
No, it'd have to be free. Like.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, okay. So then yeah, that would. Be
especially like if it was such a big game, the chances are it'd probably be like $100 to get the game.
Yeah.
So like, there's no way people would also pay extra bonus DLC on top of that. They would. Well, they'd probably pay for it if it was that good of a game that we're describing here.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, you wouldn't want to force people to do that for a game. You want your customers to be happy with what you have. Maybe even have like an in-game system where they can buy like cosmetic stuff for their character. And that will be like for the fans that are really loyal to your game.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving them free DLC. Why wouldn't they want to spend a few bucks on some costumes? Make them look cool. I've also noticed that some games, like MMOs, give you like really ugly armors so that you want to buy cosmetics.
Yeah. Could be.
Like, you notice in Ragnarok Online, all the good headgears are ugly as fuck. I was gonna say, you might want to heal. Do you not have any more medkits?
No, I do. I just ran out of bullets and.
Can you not heal while reloading?
You can, yeah. I wasn't paying attention to my health.
Do you want me to just shout out, HEAL?!
This is just getting very aggravating.
Like, there are so many skills, though, that you can put into a game like that. I can probably think of 100 right off the bat. There's like mining, smithing, fletching, woodcutting, fire making. Just like there's like 25 alone in RuneScape.
Yeah.
Or more. You could also have like mapping, so you can map out areas. Like let's say there is no map in game until you get the mapping skill. If you upgrade your if you upgrade your crafting skill high enough, you'll unlock construction. And if you have a high enough construction and crafting skill, you can build yourself a boat and learn sailing. And if you have a high enough sailing skill with a high enough mapping skill, you can learn nautical mapping skill.
Yeah.
And with a high enough nautical mapping skill and regular mapping skill, you can find a treasure mapping skill, so you can find treasures.
Yeah.
And in the water and in the thing. And if you swim around enough times, you'll unlock eventually the diving skill.
Yeah.
So like, just look at all that stuff that we just listed off right off the bat. And higher diving skills let you go deeper into the water. At like level 100, which is what I would say would be a good max level. You can go down like, let's say every level is 10 meters that you can dive. And then at level 100, you can go down to 1,000 meters depth, which would be like one of the deepest points in the game. And maybe if you maximize the diving skill at level 100, throw a grenade in there when that opens up. No, the one right there. That one is where the two guys keep popping out from. Yeah, do it now. Got him?
I think so.
Good. Should only be this guy now. Heal. There might be one other guy.
Because I think guys can here.
Oh yeah, there's another elevator. So if you do die this time, maybe throw another grenade into that one. Heal. But yeah, so like, what do you think of that as a concept for a game?
I think that's a good concept.
I would even be willing to make a list of various skills and how to unlock them for anyone that would be willing to create this game.
Yeah.
What's it called? 4K games? 2K games? Whatever they're called?
Oh, I think it's 2K. Yeah.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Ideas. How many people would love that game? I would buy it. I'd play it with you.
Yeah.
We'd create another channel and just do that every day. Unlocking new skills, just playing around.
But that's always one thing though that when I was watching Sword Art Online, that I thought was cool.
Yes.
Any way to get these gates open?
Okay, what about it though?
How we unlocked that individual skill, and only he was able to use that skill. Like, I always thought that, maybe not the part that only he's able to use it,
but that he was the only one, and he didn't know how he unlocked it.
Yeah, nobody knew how he
But that's basically what this game would be, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, of course, the first few you find, you would obviously know how you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, well, I have no skills, so clearly punching that fucking wall is how I got the increased fist strength skill.
Yeah. So
like, you'd have a skill, like, if you punch a wall, you know, you get, like, it's, like, unarmed damage going up, and if you kicked it, you'd get, like, kickboxing skill upgraded.
Yeah.
And then if you, like, you know, if you shoot a gun and it hits something properly, you get gun experience. There's just so many things you can do. Like, you can steal so many of the titles from, like, Fallout, like the big guns, small guns, heavy guns, and that's 3 right there. You can steal attack, strength, and defense from RuneScape, magic, and ranged.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought that would be pretty cool.
And, like, if you raise your magic level high enough and also your smithing level high enough, you can learn enchanting to enchant your weapons.
Come on, let's get moving.
It's endless with what kind of possibilities you can put. Of course, there would probably be some skills that you would get that sound useful at first but end up being kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, bookshelf tipping. It might be useful for some quests where you have to get behind, like, a secret bookshelf entrance door, but in the real world it's useless.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to make that actually a skill, though. I'm just saying, like, that's my current concept for a useless skill you can have.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Higher bookshelf tipping levels means you can tip heavier bookshelves.
I'll show you. Tip the bookshelf.
Table flipping skill. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your friend's gonna die. Yeah, that is your friend. He's gonna die.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Is it gonna show how he died? Oh, I gotta go through here.
Probably gotta go follow him.
Go, go, go!
But yeah, I'm just trying to think of more ideas. Like, maybe next episode, between episodes, I'll compile a list of just random ass skills. Like, yeah, you know, sailing, mapping, nautical mapping, treasure mapping after that. You know, some people will just be like, well, why don't you just put it all under the same thing? But, like, the mapping skill, for example, you'll gain more experience, and by the time you've mapped the entire game world, that's when you'll hit level 100. Like, you'll get enough experience from each exploration to eventually hit 100.
Okay. And it'll only count, like, new areas that you encounter will count towards experience, but not just driving around or flying around or whatever the heck it is.
However you get around, yeah, there could even be different methods of getting around. Like, if you learn enough, let's say you got a pet cat from a quest, that unlocked the skill, what's the term? What, husbandry? Is that what it's called when you take care of animals?
I think animal husbandry, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say you got a cat, you unlocked husbandry. After a while of leveling that up and some other skills, you get, like, taming. And after that, you can, with a certain level of taming and husbandry, you can get horses. And then you can do animal travel, and by doing that, you get a certain level of, I don't know what you would call it, but like an animal traveling skill. And by raising that up, your animal eats less food while traveling, or needs less care, basically, while traveling, make it easier on you.
Yeah.
And eventually, with like enough levels in that traveling skill and smithing, you can start making yourself like a motorcycle or a bicycle or a car, something that doesn't require a living animal to take care of, but might require maintenance. And then that raises the maintenance skill. And then you need higher maintenance skills for better vehicles, and then once you get better vehicles and high enough maintenance skill, you can start getting into like airplanes and avian skills.
Okay.
You know, like, there's just so many skills you can do with this just by chaining even, like, civilization skills.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I am listening to you, but I'm also kind of some crazy stuff.
This is mostly for the viewers.
Yeah.
But, like, I hope you're on board with this idea so far.
No, that'd be an awesome idea for sure.
And then some people might be like, well, that's kind of unfair for those people who joined 3 years later when there's people driving around with cars. And it's like, not really, because firstly, the game, you know, like, first come, first serve. That's a philosophy I heavily believe in.
And that's something that I've never believed in either. Like, that I've never understood either. You know, the people who start the game the earliest should be rewarded with...
Well, I don't think they should be rewarded. They should just... It's just... They shouldn't be punished for starting the game before other people.
Yeah, and when I say rewarded, like, I mean, like, rewarded for their playing time, you know? Like, if they played the longest, they're at a level 100 or whatever, so they can unlock the flying car.
Yeah, so, like, why nerf him for the people that are just like, oh, well, it's unfair to me because I just joined the game, like, last month and then he's been playing for 3 years.
Yeah. But while I don't agree with it, I can understand why, you know, game developers do stuff like that because it draws in more people and... Some people don't want to play. If I play, everybody's going to be so far ahead of me, I'm never going to catch up, so what's the point kind of thing. So. And
I specifically think that this game shouldn't really be PvP based, but it should have like a PvP aspect, like tournaments, Coliseum kind of things.
Yeah.
And maybe it could have like a Coliseum in this part of the game where you can just go in and battle people and, you know, like winner take all, or... You can specifically duel certain people. And then there's also like a racetrack so you can race your horses, and then like eventually a vehicle racetrack.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be pretty cool.
You can raise dogs to become racing dogs or pets, like depending on how you train them, what you feed them and kind of thing. You can make them into racing animals, combat animals that assist you in battle, riding animals or messenger animals if you want to send a message to friends.
Yeah. No, that would be pretty cool.
And that would be another skill too, you know, writing, messaging. You raise your writing skill high enough, you can send messages. After you send certain amounts of messages, you could raise like a messenger skill. And like raising that skill increases the speed at which your animal or messenger sends the letters.
Yeah.
And then like maybe at 99 you unlock a friends chat system. Where you just quick telepathy them.
Flashlight on. I thought the game screwed up.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, that would be cool. That definitely would be
like,
cool.
I know some of the skills I'm saying here sound redundant, but it's like, obviously it would be more well planned out. We're just going off of our heads.
For sure. I'm just pulling this stuff out of our ass right now, but if we actually sat down and thought about it, I'm sure we'd come up with some pretty awesome ideas.
Yeah, and that's what I might do between episodes.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, well, recording sessions for us, because... but for them, it'll just be like a day.
Patent pending.
What?
I just said patent pending. Just so people don't steal our idea. Which we're pretty much just stealing other people's ideas.
Well, what we're doing is we're combining a bunch of ideas into one game, adding our own ideas to it, and a huge twist on it, because you gotta admit, no game has done that before where it's like hidden skills.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Because that would be risky, because, yeah, you'd risk alienating people
who aren't able to discover it, but
exactly.
It will be basically like an exploratory game. That's why a lot of people were upset with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Like, the developers specifically said it was going to be an exploratory game, but a lot of people were expecting to actually be able to meet people from, you know, like, networking.
Yep.
And fight other people, because it does offer PvP if you do run into people. And they were expecting so much out of it, but they specifically said, like, yes, it has minor aspects like that if you get that lucky chance. And then people were like, well, why is it not frequent enough? Why am I not running into other people? It's like, because it's an exploratory game!
But the thing is, too, as far as I know, the first day that it came out...
Some people met, yeah.
But they didn't actually meet, though. They were on the same planet.
There was a glitch or something,
and
right?
everything, but they said there was, like, server problems or something like that, but I think it eventually came out where you couldn't actually see other people, and at some point, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And they said at some point they were planning on implementing that, but they did not think that the first day that anybody would actually...
Because I could believe server problems on the first day. I could definitely believe that, because how many people were expecting that game?
Yeah, but I think it actually came out that they were actually, like, they were making that up and they hadn't implemented it yet. They just didn't expect anybody to that early encounter another person because of the amount of planets and everything. Like, who would have thought, 18 quintillion planets or 16 quintillion planets, whatever. Like, who the hell a first day would have ended up?
But then
on
again,
some
if you
planet.
think about it, the first day is probably the best time that it would happen.
What?
Because it's the most people going to be on the first... Because when it's randomized for you to explore, you're always on the outer rim. Because you have to make your way to the middle. So, if you think about it mathematically, yes, the outer rim has the most planets for each layer.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if, like, let's say there's 10 layers between the outer rim and the main layer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean that each one progressively gets bigger, but it'll also have the most... You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Like,
with
let's
that amount
use a
of planets,
smaller
like-
number for this. Let's say there's 100 planets you can explore.
Okay.
And the end goal is to get to the planet in the middle where the, black hole is, or whatever it was.
Yeah, the center of the galaxy.
Center of the galaxy, yeah. So let's say that. So that means there's 99 other planets. Now there's 3 galaxies surrounding this middle part, which each have 2 planets. So that's 6.
Mm.
Plus the middle, so 7. And then there's 5 galaxies surrounding that, then 8 galaxies surrounding that, then that. So let's say there's like 20 galaxies on the outer rim. And that means that, let's say only 10 players play it.
Mm.
Each one's going to be randomized onto one of those. So you have a higher chance, if everyone starts at the same time, to be randomized with someone else onto into a certain area.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Because
and
it's not like they're going to randomize you into the middle of the fucking galaxy.
No.
You
For
always
sure.
randomize on the outer rim.
But I think because there was probably only the first day, there probably would have only been like a few million people playing.
But that's the thing, though. That few million all started at the same time, kind of thing.
I know, but the amount of planets that are actually in that game, like 60. You know how big 16 quintillion is?
But remember, though, that number would be heavily reduced.
I don't know what we had. Even if it was 1 quintillion on the outside, that's still
10 million, though.
with
it's
like
still a
26
lot
zeros.
better, though, than like a week later where you might only have 1 million on the outer rim.
Mm-hmm.
With all those.
Yeah. No, and I understand what you're saying, and I do. Yeah, the likelihood is probably higher.
I'm not saying that, like, yes, it should happen.
Mm.
I'm saying the chance is most likely when the game first came out
Yeah.
that you would meet another player right off the bat.
Yeah.
That is the
I
most
get it.
likely time.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
It's actually more unlikely the longer the game is out.
Yeah. But yeah. And then that, and there were some other things that he said was going to be in the game that actually didn't end up being in the game. So that pissed some people off. Me, I mean, like I was like you. I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed.
I expected it to be an exploratory game.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it for being an exploratory game.
Yeah.
I actually found that there was too much combat in it.
Oh yeah, you thought so? Yeah.
Because I kept fucking getting the Sentinels pissed off at me.
Oh, see, I usually left them. I'd run away from them if they like.
Well, the thing is, though, there was like this door that was locked.
Yeah.
And so I had to bust it down to get in.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I'm bashing it, and they come after me, and I'm honestly not going to stand there getting shot.
Yeah.
So I killed them all. I started bashing it again. More came. I killed them all, and then it goes, Sentinel Walker is approaching. I'm like, the fuck is this thing, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen one?
No, I haven't even encountered one.
I'm like, well, what is this thing, right? Because, like, and then I just look up, and a giant ship, like, flies over and drops, like, this thing down.
Yeah.
And it's like this little, like, cube. Not little cube. It was, like, as big as my ship.
Yeah.
This cube. And it folds out into this giant walker thing, like, from Star Wars that's, like, shooting laser beams at me.
So
I'm like,
like
what is this thing?
So it's like one of those like AT-AT things or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Run!
Seriously?
You killed yourself.
Seriously?
You killed yourself.
Wow.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, it's just like one of those ATT walker things or whatever they're called.
AT-AT.
Not the camel ones, but you know, the two-legged ones that the stormtroopers like.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
But I'll actually see if I can find an image right now on Google of Sentinel Walker.
Because I heard that, yeah, if you piss them off enough that they will send those in. So I was always kind of like, when I was around Sentinels,
I didn't know about
attack
it.
them.
I went into the game completely blind.
Yeah, that's the way to
And
do it.
I still have not left the first galaxy.
Yeah. I'm on like I've played it quite a bit, but I'm only on my like 3rd galaxy or something.
You see, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get like maximum inventory space and stuff,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna do a series on it on my solo channel
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. That'll be fun.
because I want like maximum inventory size so people aren't seeing me like have to go to my ship every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a person's perspective of the Sentinel Walker. Yeah,
Pretty
it's
big,
massive. It's huge. And, like, that thing just kind of, like, it plops down in front of me as a cube. I'm like, this is a Sentinel Walker? Why is it called a Walker?
Yeah.
And then it just unfolds. I'm like, oh, shit.
Why?
Get in the ship! Get in the ship! I ended up getting in the ship, flying away, doing a circle, and landing back once it, like, was unaggressive to me.
Yeah.
Bashing down the door and just running in.
Because yeah, that's if you go into a house like they like become
Yeah,
like
they become passive
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like there was another guy in there.
And since I haven't left my first galaxy, so like I'm not that very strong. Like my gun's not super powerful or anything, so I
Yeah.
was not prepared for that.
Yeah, they're huge. They're bigger than I thought they would be. That's
Oh,
crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pick that up.
Oh, that does look like a beautiful gun.